Hello and welcome back to the Wushu Adventures channel. It has been a while, and as I was preparing for this video, I realized that an explanation of what's been going on for the past year and a half would take way too much time from this video. So I'm going to save that for another time. But let me just quickly say that a year and a half ago, I had to take care of some family emergencies. So I was out of the Wushu circle for about a year or so. And then I experienced my own medical emergency last summer. I had a really bad autoimmune disease flare-up. I was in the hospital and I was bedridden for a month. Long story short, I was out of commission. Again, it's too much to get into the details right now. I'll save that for another video. And this video isn't really about all that. You see, in the end of 2025, I got inspired to take some action. Part of it was when I was judging at the US Junior Taolu team trials in Maryland and just being inspired by all the athletics and the athletes that I saw there. But I was also inspired by friends, some who were doing daily posting challenges and some who had rehabbed themselves back to recovery from debilitating injuries. And I realized that I really need something to push myself to keep myself on track. I'm not so good at self-motivating myself to train or to rehab, and so I set an accountability task for myself and a consistency goal to post a video every day of the year on Instagram, documenting my rehabilitation efforts and training efforts at least for the first month in January. And I've been on crutches for the last 6 months or so. Up until the end of December, I was still on crutches. And so I started January with really limited mobility, but I knew that it wouldn't improve unless I actually did something about it. So that's what this video is about. I took all 32 videos from December 31st to January 31st that I posted on Instagram, and I compiled them all into one video that you're watching right now. I figured this is a good way to document it, but also when you do things on a daily basis, you don't necessarily see the progress. But when you look at it over the course of weeks or a month, then it becomes more apparent. And I think it also shows that progress often is not something that happens overnight. It's something that is slow and pedantic and frustrating. And a lot of times for me, this seeming lack of progress is what demotivates me from taking action. This is sort of an attempt to curtail that. So what sort of rehab was I doing? How was I approaching this whole thing? Well, I decided at the start, at least, for me, it was more important to just do something, anything that was better than doing nothing. And that was sort of my motto for this month. Just do something, even just one consistent action every day. Whatever you do, do something towards repairing and rehabbing yourself. So I focused my energy on just posting every day and posting whatever it is I did. And the result, well, I'll share how it went at the end of the video. So if you want, you can fast forward to that if you've already seen all of these. But for right now, let's get started back on December 31st in Monrovia, California, as I was passing through town on my way to where we were moving to in Arizona. Welcome to the first post of 2026. Happy New Year. Time to set the stage for accountability with my rehab and healing. I'm going to be attempting to post daily this year to share my progress in getting back some health and rehabbing from my autoimmune condition, so I can eventually get back to Tai Chi and Wushu training down the road. It will be a long journey, but hopefully worth it. You can see that my walking is still a bit wobbly, but at least I'm not on crutches today, which is great. Today's exercises were incline push-ups because my knees aren't yet stable enough or my arms strong enough to do them on the ground, knee raises to build strength in my hip flexors to combat all that sitting I do, and then some hamstring curls to help get some blood flow and strength back to my legs and start working on that posterior chain. I am posting the day after each day's activities, so tomorrow I'll be sharing what I'm doing in the new year. Also, just a quick word to say that this is inspired partially by both my friend Jay and her picture a day challenge that just ended, and Alan, whose rehab from his Achilles tendon injury got me motivated to get back to work. Hopefully this will help keep me accountable and consistent for the next 365 days. It's mostly going to be related to my rehab, but also any Wushu related activities such as judging, competitions, coaching, Wushu travels and adventures. The same sorts of stuff I've been posting, but just more consistent. See you tomorrow. Happy New Year! Not every video is going to be a talking voiceover thing while I'm doing stuff. Sometimes I'll just talk to the camera, like today. I didn't wake up with enough time to do any of my physical therapy in the morning today, so I'm gonna do it when I get to Arizona, which is fine because the rain is crazy. Oh my God, it's crazy. Okay, I got to drive. I just finished up my PT for the day. Originally I was going to do a little bit more, but I just wanted to get stuff done. So what I did was I made a challenge. So every time I did a rest stop on this road or I stopped for something, I had to do some of my PT. First was the split squats, doing the like knees over toes guys method of split squats. 25 each leg, 3 sets of that. And then I did the tibialis raises. So I did 25, 3 sets of 25. And knees over toes, calf raises. I'm gonna add to that as I do each day, as I do my PT. I'm adding to it a little bit and changing it. I got about an hour left to get to Mesa, so I gotta go. Bye. January 2nd. We are out running some errands today, so I'm going to be doing my... So, it's kind of loud here. Hope you can hear me. I'm in pain today. Like, my elbow, finger's better than yesterday. My legs are really shot. They're not sore, it's inflammation. But maybe the lack of sleep over the last few days, that was part of it. And just the stress of moving and stuff. But yeah, my legs are really burning today. So, a lot of my leg stuff, I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I'm gonna do as much as I can.
January 3rd, 2026, body was hurt and needed a fix. Ran some errands, things to pick up at Whole Foods, did some incline push-ups, but my inflammation was bad today. Couldn't walk without some pain. Right elbow and hand were swollen. No 2 days are the same. Not as much PT as I like to do, but a little is better than none. Each day is a bit of a struggle. I hope tomorrow will be more fun. Each day can be a bit of a struggle, so I hope tomorrow this swelling is done.
Are in a bit of pain, so I think I'm going to wait a little bit and see if I can get some more stuff done later in the day, because right now it's a bit painful. But at least I did something. So doing something's better than doing nothing. January 3rd, and I am walking backwards as part of my therapy. It's challenging, especially on the right leg, because of how weak the knee is. I have my cane here, and I'm just sort of walking backwards. And this is the step 1, and then I'll do some other things as I go. The swelling is still pretty bad in my leg today, but my arm is better. My feet are better, so that's good. It really goes from the ground up. If the feet are bad, then you can't do anything. If the knee is bad, then you can do some things. So anyway, I'm gonna backward walk for a bit, and then head out to run some errands. All right, PT for today is done. I did the backward walking earlier, about 10 minutes, and then I just did the tibialis raises, the knees over toes calf raises, and the Patrick step downs. Oh, that's hard. I mean, they look really easy, but they're really hard. Those Patrick step downs are challenging. I can't even imagine trying to do the Poliquins yet. Did 3 sets, 25 each. Now I'm gonna head home. Hope everyone's having a wonderful January so far. And I think that's it. Hopefully you see me tomorrow. Bye. Hello again. Once again, backward walking. My knee felt really good yesterday after doing it, so I'm looking forward to feeling some warmth in my knees. And my knee in general feels better today than it did a couple days ago. I try to get to that truck down there. If you can see the first vehicle, that's where I aim for. And that takes me about 10 minutes. I walked here to this park, which is amazing because I didn't use my cane, and it was hard. I had to stop several times. My legs felt like lead weights, but I made it. Incline push-up, knee raises, hamstring curls, and maybe rows. That's today. I doubt you can see me, but I did my PT. I did 4 exercises. There's a plane. Can you hear it? And that's it for today. I can't believe I made it. Take care, and I'll see you later. Hopefully, you'll see me tomorrow. Hello. Today's a little different because I'm going to this co-working space and trying it out. It's right on the light rail line, as you heard. And today, I'm going to be going to a Wushu school here in Phoenix. Thanks to Dusty for inviting me to drop by. Should be fun. But before I do that, I still got to do my PT and stuff, backward walking I need to do today. I was in a bit of a hurry, so I just took a lift here. So just as an update, I'm feeling way better today than I have been, especially compared to like January 2nd when I could barely walk. I mean, that was only 3 days ago. But today I'm feeling a lot better, a lot more stable in my legs, and I think a lot of it is because of all the work I've been doing here. I know there will be setbacks and it'll go up and down, but that's okay. So the plan for today, work here, and then around 3 o'clock or so, or 3:30, catch the light rail over to Phoenix, and then go to the Wushu school, check it out, and then head back home. Let's get going. I'm walking backwards again. I just did today I've done a lot of exercises, as you can see in the videos. Tibialis raises, knee over toe calf raises, the Patrick step downs, and the split squats, and they were all really hard. My right leg has been atrophying since July. It has 0 muscle mass on it, so my calves right now are burning. By the way, this is the 24-hour taco stand, in case you're wondering where I am. And I happened to be walking past here on my way home, and Ruki called me and said, "Hey, you're getting tacos?" So yeah, getting tacos. It looks like a lot, but it's really just 2 tacos. Had a great time at the Wushu class. You know, it's hard to be not able to do Wushu and watch a Wushu class. I think everyone knows that, to just sit there and just enjoy watching Wushu. So it was really nice. I got to chat with one of the students on the bus on the way back. It was really nice to be there. Thank you again, Dusty, for inviting me to the class, and hopefully I'll get to train there at some point in the future when I can actually walk without pain. I'm really hoping to be able to do some Tai Chi there at some point, but because I'm traveling so much over the next couple months, up until the end of February, I'm barely here at all. I just have a lot of things going on. March, I'll be here a little bit more, and I'm really hoping, this is my goal, is that by March, I'll be in good enough shape to participate in a Tai Chi class. April at the latest, but March is kind of like my bucket list for that. Fingers crossed I can actually get that done. I can tell that my legs are getting stronger because of all the soreness I'm having. The soreness is clearly indicating that there's some growth going on. That's it for today. Great to see some Wushu, great to meet some local Wushu folks here, and thanks everyone. Hopefully you will see me tomorrow. Bye. Hello, January 6th, I believe, and I am in a Waymo, and I'm heading to the airport because I'm flying out. Did I tell you where I was going yet? Did I even tell you I was traveling? I think I did. I will be back here a week from Thursday, and I'll be going to 2 different places. I'm going to keep it a little bit of a surprise for you guys because I think it'll be interesting to see where I end up next week. But this week is not that exciting. I'm just going to California to help out some friends. So here we go. So in case you haven't figured it out yet, I am in LA and I am taking the metro. So let's go. I just got off the train. It's already dark. And I'm walking backwards because I got a ways to go. And so as I was walking backwards and then forwards for about a mile, I made my way up this platform and across this way to Wushu school. Back at Wushu Unlimited after just 6 days. And so I did my PT. I did these rotator cuff kind of dumbbell things because of my rotator cuff issues. And this really helps warm up the shoulder quite a bit. Incline push-ups, of course, doing those. These L-sits were intense. And you can tell right here, I am just about dying. And this was just the first set. I did 3 sets of these. And they were pretty intense, as you can see. And also some low-weight dumbbell rows. And that is it for today. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you'll see me tomorrow. Hello. I can't believe it's January 7th already. A week ago today, I left, that was Thursday. The 1st, I left here to go to Arizona, and now I'm back. And right now I'm doing my morning routine. I just took a shower. I'm working on my Spanish immersion stuff, or Spanish comprehensible input, in case you don't know. Un pequeño cocodrilo. And so I'm working on this, and then I got some work to do before I start helping out here at the school. And then I'll be doing that for most of the day. So before that, I have some work to do. Finishing this up in a few minutes, I'm gonna do my backward walking. I'm gonna do a challenge. I'll tell you what that is while I'm doing it. So let's get there. And here we are, walking backwards on the Wushu carpet. I thought it would be an interesting experiment to see how many times around the carpet I can go in 10 minutes, which is the amount of time I'm trying to do backward walking each day. You'll notice no cane because I'm on a carpet. So if I fall, nothing's gonna happen. And I'm trying to get better at not using the cane. This is my first round around. I set a timer for 10 minutes. Let's find out how many times around the carpet I can walk backwards in 10 minutes. Okay, I think we're just about there. This is my 6th round. It's brutal. Here we go, almost there. And that was the timer. So we are, let's see, that was the 6th time I went short, a long, another short, and then about a third of another long. So almost 6 laps altogether. Oh man, that's burning. Because of yesterday, all the hip flexor straining I did, it's really sore today. That was brutal. That's my current PR. 5 3/4-ish times around a Wushu carpet. I'm gonna do my backwards walking here each day and kind of see how it goes. It is not lost on me how crazy it is that I can walk around a full-on carpet. I remember back in the day, there was only like 2 or 3 schools in the whole North America that had Wushu carpets, the old green ones. And when my school got one, oh my gosh, that was like the best day ever. These ones obviously are the new kind. There's more schools that have these now, but it's still kind of rare and hard to find. So I really do appreciate having this opportunity, even just to walk around it. It's kind of nice. But I got to get to go do some work, and then I'll do my PT probably this evening. Let's probably fast forward to there, I guess. And you guessed incorrectly, because I ended up grabbing a broadsword and trying out some basics. Here I'm doing some wraps, a little bit of figure 8s forwards, a little bit of figure 8 backwards, really sloppy, and a little bit of ending choreo just for fun. In the evening, I got to watch some of the Wushu class, and I got to help out a little bit, mainly just pointing at people's stances and saying budoi. When they were doing their abdominal core work, I realized I haven't done my core work in quite a while, so I added some to my PT, which happened after that class, and I went to the side, did my tibialis raises, and then my knees over toes calf raises, and then I did some leg lifts, followed by some glute bridges with the toes up, and then followed by some split squats and some Patrick step downs, which were really brutal. You can probably see my knee shaking a little bit here. But since I was in front of a mirror, I decided I would try and do some Tai Chi basics because Murray encouraged me to. So I did about 10 of 3 different basics: the Chi shirt, the starting position, and then I did a bit of repulsing the monkey. And finally some part the wild horse's mane before I finished up. And for the PT, I did 3 sets of 25 each, which got me pretty sore by the end of it. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you will see me tomorrow. So I almost didn't do this today because my feet are so sore. But I'm really curious how long it will take or how many rounds I can do in 10 minutes. So here I am walking backwards, and I can tell that it's helping my legs. So it's good for me to do this. Oh my gosh, that was brutal again, but new PR. This time I did 6 rotations around the carpet, and then I did 1 short length on the 7th. So I did 6 1/4, I guess. I'm just gonna count each length as 25%. My hips are screaming, and my calves are burning. I was really tempted to just take the day off from PT today because I was feeling so sore, and I can tell my body probably needs just a day of rest to rebuild itself. So that might be tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Or it might be Saturday. But I think over the before next week, I'm gonna have to take at least 1 day where I just rest, maybe do a little bit of stretching or something. But I gotta let my muscles rebuild a little bit. Because, you know, we all know our body's best, and I can tell my body needs a little bit of recovery. Rest and recovery. But at least today, I did more backward walking. And I have a feeling tonight I'm going to be exhausted, and I'll probably just crash and go to bed. So let's find out what happens next. So I erred on the side of caution and decided to take a break from PT today while I'm a bit tired and worn out, especially with my feet. However, I did spend an hour teaching a kid Nanchuan, and I also did some other conditioning like light squats, adductor work, walked through a bit of Nanchuan and Daoshu. Nothing major, just working out some combos. But at least I moved around a little bit. And as I've said before, a little is better than nothing. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you'll see me tomorrow. I woke up a little late today. I think my body needed to sleep. So I woke up a bit late, and then I had a client meeting like right away. So I had to prep for that, and then had the meeting, and that just ended a little bit ago, and some follow-up. So I'm still waking up, I guess. It's still 11 o'clock already. I haven't done my backward walking yet or any of my PT stuff. So that all might have to wait until this evening. I do have to go to bed a little early because I have to get up early tomorrow. Yesterday and bleeding into today was rest and recovery, and I definitely needed the sleep. I feel a lot better now. But I do have a little bit more work to do, so I'm gonna focus on that. Once I get that done, I will try and get some backward walking in before I have to start being places. So fingers crossed, we move forward. By the way, I can't believe it's the 10th day of this. I've done 10 of these in a row, which is amazing. So happy January 9th to everyone. It's fantastic. Can you believe it? 10 days. And we're in double digits. Here we are, day 10, 9th day of January. I have not done anything today yet. What is it? It's like 4:15. I was working basically until the kids came, and then I was watching kids. And I have a little break, but not for long. I didn't get anything done yet. So probably in the evening, I'll have to do a little bit of something. I think for me, the backward walking is really the best thing because it's getting it from the ground up. It's getting my feet. I can feel my feet working really hard. I can feel my calves. I can feel my hip flexors. Like all 3 of those areas, plus my knees, of course, is building a lot of strength. So I feel like that's really the thing that's helping the most. And just today, I'm feeling a little bit more stable because I took that break yesterday. I think that helped. So I'm wondering if I should keep taking a break. But let's see what happens and go from there. So originally I was going to do this whole spiel about how I didn't get to do anything today, but I figured as long as I have time to say I didn't do anything, I might as well do something while I'm doing it. So, backward walking. I'm not alone. Juliana's over there looking for nandaos. After the last time I taught, I did end up getting to teach these two boys Nanchuan today, which was a lot of fun. Did a lot of basics. They will thank me later, I hope. But tomorrow is the weekend. Hi, Juliana.
Hi.
See, I'm not by myself all the time. And have some family to visit tomorrow and some more Nanchuan to teach. But aside from that, pretty good day. So I'm planning on doing a little bit more PT to catch up. By the way, Rebecca just posted up a video on her YouTube channel answering a question I asked her a few weeks ago about prerequisites for Wushu. So if you have a moment, go ahead and check that out. Okay, I think this is 3 rotations. I'll finish this round and then I will go to bed. Talk to you later. Hopefully you'll see me tomorrow. Hello. I woke up today, I had to leave early, drive down to pick up my sister at LAX, and then visited my dad in Long Beach. And then I came back here to help teach a private lesson for that Nanchuan kid, one of the Nanchuan kids, Nathan. And that was great. You can see the footage. I have to say, I really enjoyed teaching a Nandao today. Actually, we did Nanguan first, and then we did Nandao. And you can see here, we're kind of working on the intro to Nandao since this is his first time ever using the weapon. He's done broadsword, but not southern broadsword. And actually, I'm able to do a few things, as you can see here, kind of stepping around. But it was really fun. It was fun to teach and flex those muscles that I don't really use very often. I like teaching. And I like teaching in this sort of environment where it's working with just a couple students and really fine-tuning the details. I think I work better like that as a coach than I do as like room full of people, especially a room full of kids and teaching kids. I'm not as good with kids on a mass. I'm okay with kids individually, like this. And he's really interested in learning the Southern stuff, so it's actually pretty much easier. And Juliana on the right there, she's kind of reviewing and kind of seeing how I do this old compulsory form as a reference for herself as well. And here I'm just sort of messing around a little bit, showing him like some of the reverse grip moves that are kind of cool and unique to Nandao. Just going through some stuff that I thought was cool. He's not paying attention anymore, which is okay, but it was a lot of fun. And hopefully I'll get to do a bit of this again in the future. And then after that, I drove back to Long Beach, and then I spent more time with my family. For those of you who don't know, my dad is 94 years old and has some health issues, and so trying to spend as much time down there as I can. And then I took my sister back to LAX. She flew out, and then I drove back up, and here I am at Wushu Unlimited once again. I've been gone for most of the day except for when I was teaching. That was 1 lap. Breathing heavy already, but I can feel, oh, my knees are getting warm. Oh boy, 6 rounds, 10 minutes. I can tell it's getting better. I mean, I think you can see, and someone mentioned, I think it was Jay, that looks like it's getting stronger and faster. Definitely is getting better. And even from today's Wushu class, I can tell my legs are getting stronger and more stable. Happy with that. The backward walking is doing its trick. My knees feel really warmed up, like they're actually warm. I'm touching them right now, they're warm. It activates the hip flexor too. So by the end of doing that, my hip flexors are really sore. And then my ankles feel way looser too after I do that. And I can tell that my arches, my feet are getting overkill because I'm pushing through the toes, right? If you can try it, I would recommend if you can find a hill near you, not a huge incline, but just something, and try walking backwards up it for like half a mile. 5 minutes, you'll feel it. It's a different sensation than we're used to. And it activates different things and it heals different things. And so I think for what I'm going through, it's doing the trick. So thank you, backward walking. I'm going to rest, get ready for bed. Tomorrow, my plan is actually to do a lot more PT. So I'm gonna get up, sleep in, get a lot of rest, and there's some PT in the morning, backward walking, tibials, all that stuff. I have the whole Wushu Guan to myself, so I'm gonna work on stuff. Thanks for watching. Hope you all had a great Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. And hopefully you'll see me tomorrow. Bye. There's some weak wrists. January 11th. I'm just doing a little pre-stretch, mainly stretching out that hip flexor. A little bit of psoas. All right. Backward walking. 10-minute timer set. Today I have a lot planned. We'll see how much I get through. I have a list over there, I'll show you in a second. Yesterday I said I would be getting up early or not early, I was sleeping in and going and doing all these things. Didn't do any of it. I totally relaxed today, which was awesome. Actually, I had a hard time going to bed last night. I didn't fall asleep until like 2 o'clock. So I slept as long as I could, and then just kind of vegged out in the afternoon. I did some work. I was a little bit productive, but for the most part, I just kind of vegged out. And then I was like, what am I doing? I need to get out there and do something. So I'm wondering if it makes more sense for me to do the strength training stuff or the rehab PT stuff on alternating days or 2 or 3 times a week, just to give my body a bit more time to recover. And then fill the other days maybe with more mobility related stuff that might give my body a bit more time to build up and recuperate and heal. But I think backwards walking would be good to do every day because it contributes to my ability to just be able to walk in general. And I think it also helps reverse out a lot of that stuff that happens when you sit too long during the day, which I do because of my work. Okay, let's finish this up. Oh my gosh. I did 7 rounds in 10 minutes. Ooh, my legs are warm. So, this is the list of things to do today. Backwards walking, 10 minutes, done. Next I got some rehab exercises. I think I'll split it into 2 groups of 4. Tibialis raises, knees over toe calf raises, glute bridges, and split squats. And raised Cossack squats. Holy crap, that was intense. At least I got the first batch of 5 done. 3 sets, 25 reps each. Okay, did the backward walking, tib raises, hip raises, glute bridges, split squats, and raised Cossack squats. Next we have incline calf raises, kettlebell farmer's walks, incline push-ups, and bent over dumbbell rows. That'll be fun. Let's see if I can do it. Oh my goodness. 4 exercises more done. 3 sets, 25. The farmer's walks, the kettlebells only had 3 different weights, not 2 of the same weight. So I just used dumbbells, a 10 and a 12-pound dumbbell. And I went back and forth between the 2 for hands. Okay, let's see. Incline calf raises, farmer's walks, I'll say dumbbell, and I'll put 10 and 12. Incline push-ups and the bent over dumbbell rows, I'll put 12 because I did use both of those. Next we're going to do some stretching. Couch stretch, pancake stretch, knees over toes, ankle stretch, and I'll do some hangs on the bars over there. So yeah, I did some stretching, and these were hard because my knees and my joints and my legs and everything else. But the couch stretches, I did it in the future. I think it's better for me to move that back knee all the way to the wall because I was kind of crushing my toes a little bit there. And then I did the pancake stretch, and it's weird to see it because I used to be able to do chest to ground, and that's embarrassing now. And I did some hangs, which were also really hard to do. Why am I doing this to myself? You know, it's funny because this stuff isn't brutal by Wushu standards, but it's brutal by my current physical condition standards. All right, I did the couch stretch. So I was supposed to do 2 30 seconds. The first set I did 30 seconds, second set I counted between 30 and 60. Pancake stretch. I was not able to do this because it hurt too much. And then hang for max time, which is about 5 seconds. So Tai Chi basics, what am I gonna do? Chi shirt, repulse the monkey, horse's mane, cloud hands, and push knee. Again, I'm not sure how well I'll be able to do those with my leg feeling the way it is, but we'll find out. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how the Tai Chi turned out. I started with a little bit of standing meditation and breathing, and then I went into the Chi Shi, the ready position. I did 10 of each exercise, If it was right and left, I did 5 of each side. Next was repulsing the monkey. Then part the wild horse's mane. And then I did some cloud hands. And finally the brush knee push step hands. I had some dumb idea to do bamboo holds after this, but that's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna scratch that sucker out. Tai Chi basics, Chi Shi did it, repulse did it, horse's mane, cloud hands, and push knee. Yay! 10 of each. And my knees started to lock up. My right calf started to like cramp a little bit at the end, just from standing there. That's ridiculous. I think I'm going to not do as much PT tomorrow. I'll just do my backward walking tomorrow. I think I'm going to be doing some Nanchuan coaching as well in the evening. Anywho, that's it for today. I am beat. 11 o'clock at night. Nice. I'm going to take a shower, go to bed. It is end of Sunday. Weekend's over. Can't believe I've done this for 12 days in a row. I think that's a record. I'm never this consistent. But I think it's all thanks to you guys supporting me and helping me be accountable. And it's also really cool to just see all the day 1, day 2, day 3s on my little Wushu Adventures Instagram page. That's really cool to me. So I want to like keep it going and see day 365 at the end of this when I'm like doing Nandu and stuff. Not gonna do Nandu. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I guess I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully you will see me too. Bye. So today was my last day at Wushu Unlimited, helping out with the kids, doing the pickups at the school, stuff like that, and teaching Wushu. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed hanging out with the kids. But the best part was definitely the Wushu. Being able to see it on a daily basis, being able to work with these kids with their Nanchuan was really fun. These two guys actually, I gave them a lot of stuff to do, lots of basics, and they worked through it like champs. So kudos to them. One kid, Nathan, he was really into Nanchuan. He did a great job, and it was really nice. His mom and him, they gave me a gift, which I totally was not expecting, but they gave me these nice box of pineapple cakes and a really nice card that had some really nice things said in it. I won't get into details, but it was really nice. So I got a picture with Nathan here. Really cool kid. And then also today, Jennifer, Wang Wei, and Avi came back from China. And it was really great. I got to go get some ramen with Jen and Avi, and Juliana was along with us too. And we just kind of hung out and chatted about their experiences. And it's always just great to hang out with friends. In terms of my own working out, I didn't do too much. I did some backward walking. I did a little bit of conditioning, but not a ton. But today was kind of a day off because yesterday I killed myself and my legs were really feeling it today. And tomorrow I am traveling. I am going international. Where am I going? You'll find out hopefully tomorrow when you hopefully see me. Until then, thanks for watching. Here we are, leaving. Goodbye, Wushu carpet. And goodbye, Wushu Unlimited. See you soon, I'm sure. That's a wrap, I guess. Time to go. Before heading out, I got to see Wang Wei because I needed to give him the van, and then he gave me a ride to the train station to head to LAX. Always great to see him, and I could tell he had a great time in China. It was a beautiful day, and it was a wonderful view out the train as I took the metro down to LAX. Took about 90 minutes altogether. Not too bad.
The earth's gentle sigh, a lullaby sung to the open sky.
Because of my impaired mobility, I was able to take the little electric vehicle thingy, passenger vehicle in the airport from Tom Bradley all the way to the terminal where my flight was leaving. Super convenient. I don't recommend getting injured or having a problem with your legs, but if you do, this is a great way to travel.
Stories that linger on the breath of the breeze.
While I was waiting for my flight, I sat down at a table, ate a onigiri, and got a bit of work done. But pretty soon it was time to board the plane, so that's what I did.
The dawn paints gold.
¿Qué dice? ¿Cómo anda? ¿Bien, bien, tú? Oh, bueno, bueno.
While rivers whisper truth as they flow down.
If you know your budget carrier airlines, then you already know where Volaris mostly flies, so it won't be a big secret that I am actually flying from LA to Mexico. It was about a 3 or 4 hour flight to my destination in Mexico, and I pretty much slept the entire time, so I couldn't tell you what happened. But once I woke up, it was already time to land.
Through an ancient door, the silence alive, yet brimming with sound, in the arms of solitude.
¿Dónde vamos?
Okay.
¿Para dónde vamos?
The ride from the airport to the center of town where I was staying was about 30 minutes, just under, and it was a pleasant ride. I attempted to speak Spanish with the taxi driver, asking him about some local landmarks, specifically a big mercado that is supposed to be the largest one in all of Mexico, or maybe even Latin America.
What? What dice con perro?
Vigilante.
Oh.
Es una mercado es la más grande para en toda la México, toda la Latinoamérica.
Bueno, hay un tianguis que es muy para esos tianguis, puestos de ambulantes.
Creo que en este mercado tiene más cosas de comer.
Es San Juan de Dios. San Juan de Dios.
¿A San Juan de Dios?
Es ese, ¿no?
Ah, sí.
Ahí pura comida.
Ah, creo que sí. San Juan de Dios.
San Juan de Dios.
San Juan de Dios. ¿Es muy cerca?
Caminando está un poquito retirado, pero en un camión 5 minutos.
Oh, muy cerca.
Apologies to my Spanish-speaking Wushu friends out there for butchering your language. I really need to practice a lot more. But pretty soon we were in the center of town and he dropped me off at my hotel.
My room is up there.
The room was on the second floor, which would have been a problem a couple weeks ago, but actually it wasn't too bad getting up there. It was a really cute little room, and it still is because I'm there right now. Little bedroom, bathroom, perfect for a quick 2-night stay in this town. But I hadn't eaten since 1 p.m. in that rice ball, so it was time to get some food. This was a really cute little restaurant about a block from the hotel. Had some chicken enchiladas and some horchata and a couple other things. It was all delicious, all fantastic, really low price, so definitely worth eating this. But after a bit, I had to go back to the hotel. It was time to wrap this up. Hola a todos, bienvenido a Mexico. Yeah, I'm in Mexico. Which city? I'm not gonna tell you yet, but you may have already guessed it, which is fine. You can put your guess in the comments. I'm kind of curious if anyone will get it. Another clue is that it's a higher elevation than where I just was. Plus, I just went up 2 flights of stairs and I had 0 endurance. Training wise, not too much today because I was traveling, but according to the rings on my watch, I did a lot of moving around, so I'm gonna count that. I am beat. I got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep before I headed out today, and then I was nonstop until just now at 10:15 p.m. So I am going to edit this video, take a shower, and go to bed. and try and sleep tomorrow because I have a couple errands to run, a couple things to do. You'll see. I'm in Mexico. Who knew? I knew. You didn't know. Some of you knew. I will be busy tomorrow, but hopefully you will see me then. Until then, have a wonderful evening. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Good morning. It is time to, oops, wrong way. And we're off. Ooh. Blue skies. Oh, it's nice out. Very nice. I slept in. It was wonderful. It's about 10:30 right now, and I'm gonna head out on an errand. Let's go see what the city has to offer.
Woke up late, missed the morning glaze.
And in case you haven't guessed it yet, welcome to Guadalajara. Beautiful.
Grabbed my shades and hit the streets, no plan. Chasing vibes like seashells in the sand. Radio hums a tune I can't name. Crooked smiles, crashing waves, no shame. Flip my phone, toss it in my bag. Today's for us, no time to lag.
I'm not the only one taking selfies. So this is really impressive. I'm not going to pretend I know what it is. I did watch a video explaining this whole plaza de Guadalajara, but I forget everything I watched in the video. But I mean, this is beautiful. I think this is basically the center of Guadalajara, which is the center of Jalisco, the state of Jalisco. Birthplace of mariachi, tequila, torta ahogada, and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, this is like really cool place. I'm not unhappy about being here, but I have some errands to run and I got to get some things done. So before that, I really want some coffee. No, I'm not gonna do coffee. I'm gonna go run my errands and then I'll get some lunch. And I think I'm gonna get the local specialty. So let's do that.
Love in the air, I swear. Every spark in their voices shows they care. Colors splash like secrets on these walls, while laughter echoes through the halls. Feel the world just turning slow. Let the breeze tell us where to go. Every step a beat we can make. Life's a tune, sing it till we break.
So unfortunately, my attempt to get something was a bust. They didn't have what I wanted. So I'm gonna be on the search for some food. Here I am in the plaza again. I walked all the way to the other side. I met a really nice man named Jorge. Gave me lots of ideas about where to find stuff. Super friendly, great Spanish practice. So now I'm gonna walk. I was told the Mercado San Juan de Dios is not too far from here. Go to the street and then take a left and then keep going. So that's what I'm gonna do. This is a torta ahogada. It's a local Jaliscan specialty. Basically, it's a sandwich with sauce. It's a soupy sandwich. It has got meat in there. You can see the pork and stuff. And it's got this onions on top and a radish and a little bit of salsa picante. So I'm gonna try this and see what it's like. This is really good. It's like a really savory soup and a delicious sandwich. Had a baby. my god. So good. And the radish is a nice touch. 10 out of 10. I'm taking a break from walking. I've walked so much today. I think I've walked more today than I may have walked in the previous week. Here I am on the street in Guadelajara. It's warm here, man. It is toasty. Yeah, I'm gonna keep walking. So this is the backside of that cathedral I was looking at earlier. It's actually the Cathedral of Guadalajara. It's the main cathedral here. And over here, this is Liberation Plaza. And over there is, I think it's a theater for performances and stuff. There's a nice statue of a man over there. And they have two fountains in here. Really beautiful. And yes, I had to do some Tai Chi just because I had to. From there over to next to my hotel. I'm at a little place. I thought they had boba, but apparently they're out of the boba. So they don't have the nueves con tapioca. But I got jalado instead. Just gonna do a little bit of work and then go up to the hotel. I have to get to bed really early today because I have to be at the airport at 3 a.m. for a 6 a.m. flight. Where am I flying tomorrow? It's not that exciting. I'm going back to Phoenix. I just ate tacos. It's worth mentioning that these are the first tacos I've had in Mexico. They're excellent.
And they were also super cheap. I think it was about $1.40 for each taco. In any case, as you can see from my rings on my watch, I walked a lot yesterday, way more than I have been, which is good. I think that's a good step in the right direction, no pun intended. But it's time for me to wrap this up. Tomorrow I am flying out early, so I gotta get to bed. Hopefully you'll see me then. Bye. Goodbye, hotel. As you can probably tell, I was exhausted, but I had to catch an early taxi to the airport. You can see the roads are completely bare, but it was a nice ride, and I got to chat with the driver. They're actually building out a subway or the metro extension all the way to the airport for the FIFA World Cup that's going to be held partially in Guadalajara. You can see right here the station that they're building coming up, and it's going to go all the way to the airport. So I wish that was now, but eventually that will happen. And after about 25-30 minutes, we got to the airport. I got out of the taxi, made my way to the ticket counter where I got my boarding pass, and then I went through security and made my way down to the gate. It was dead at the airport because it was 4 in the morning, so it's understandable. I pretty much conked out the entire flight. I woke up once and I saw the sunrise, and then I woke up again and we had landed. And here we are, taxiing into the gate at Phoenix International Airport. Welcome to Phoenix. I am back. If you have global entry, that was fast. I've only used global entry like twice. Each time it saved me like a good amount of time. Although it's pretty early, so not many people here. As you can see, it's just me. Look here. There's no one here. But now I'm gonna go grab the metro, head back towards home. Here we go. Everyone, I'm back. I'm back in Mesa, Arizona, and as proof, Milo, say hi. Milo's sleeping. So yeah, I got back. I met up with Ruhi. She had an appointment in Mesa, so I went to, oh, now you're awake. I went and met up with her, and then we came back home and took care of some stuff. I had to run a quick errand to the post office, came back, and now she's on a flight in about 2 hours to Austin to go visit her family there. So I'm here on my own watching the cat. Right, Milo? Right. I was able to do a bit of training today, as you saw. Whenever I was stopping somewhere or I had a moment, I would do the tib raises. I would do the, I'm trying to work, these as the core. The backward walking is number one, which I did a bit of, but I didn't record it because I was traveling. And also, it's, I'm trying to do it when people aren't staring at me at the airport. I did the tibialis raises. I do the knees over toes calf raises to get that soleus and get some ankle flexibility. Knee raises, and I do the Patrick step downs to really kind of get the knee work done too. And also the split squats. So I try and focus on those whenever I'm going to do some training. And so, like I said, waiting for the train, I'll do those. Waiting for something over here, I'll do those. Post office, do those. Just sort of work on those little muscle groups as I can. I'm not able to record every single session, but I try and work them in throughout the day. So was getting some training done there. Now that I'm here and I'll have a little bit more time, I plan to do a bit more, like I have a little courtyard out in front of our house here. I'm gonna do some Tai Chi out there, do some more backward walking. We have internet at home now, so I can work from here, and so I can get a lot more done. I have some workout things and a yoga mat over there, so focus in a little bit on some of those things. At least that's the plan. Hopefully everything works out. I noticed that as each week, each day goes on, I'm getting stronger. My legs are getting more stable. My walking is getting stronger. When I first get up from a chair, it hurts. My knees are very brittle. That's not the right word, but there's some pain. But once I walk a little bit, they warm up and I'm able to walk pretty well. And sometimes I can walk without a cane even, almost normally with very little limping. So I can feel the improvement happening, the joints healing, and there is still pain, there's still inflammation going on. It still hurts, especially in certain positions, but overall it's getting better. So that's nice to see. When I did the Tai Chi yesterday in Guadelajara, which is weird to think that yesterday I was doing Tai Chi in Guadelajara, I could tell that it was better. You can see too, like when I was doing the Tai Chi at Wushu Unlimited, I could barely walk. My knees were so stiff. You could see from Guadalajara, it's much better. That's a week later. At some point, I'm hoping I can start incorporating some Tai Chi walking in there, maybe a little bit. Maybe I'm not quite there yet, but eventually. So I'm here in Mesa for about another week, and then I'm traveling again. A lot of traveling. These first few months of the year, there's a lot of traveling going on. It's just the way it is. This is my Wushu adventure. I'm trying to rehab my body and train and document it every single day
even though I'm going to be all over the place. It is what it is. Anyway, too much talking. I'm gonna get back to some work I have to do. Looking forward to getting into the grind tomorrow with all this stuff. Hopefully, you will see me tomorrow. Anything's possible. Bye. I'm amazed that it is over halfway through the month now. Can't believe I've been keeping this up for 17 days. Today I was feeling really sore when I woke up, like painful. Walking was a challenge. My inflammation was flaring up pretty bad. So I spent the day fasting and letting my body detox while I did some work. And by the time 4 o'clock came around, I decided to try a bit of Tai Chi practice out in the front car park. I was starting to feel a bit better, and I wanted to see if I could try some Tai Chi walkings. After some standing meditation and basics, I discovered that my right leg's ability to balance was still really limited. I did what I could though, just some simple combos from the 24 form. But later on, I found that I was feeling much stronger in my legs. I think the blood flow to the leg joints helped. So I'm gonna work on starting a daily morning practice of Tai Chi and backwards walking. Because those two things seem to help the most with my recovery, especially with my legs and being able to walk without the cane. So hopefully you will see me doing that tomorrow. I'm not quite there yet. My right leg is really weak, so it's hard for me to do any of that Tai Chi walking, but I can tell that if I kept doing a little bit every day, regularly, that this will get better. So it's a good start for today, I think. I slept a lot last night. Well, technically, I crashed around 9 p.m. and then I woke up at 3 a.m. Then I did some work for a few hours and I slept again at around 7 a.m., woke up at 11 a.m. So by the end of that 10 total hours of sleep, I was feeling pretty well rested. And my body was feeling much better. So for today's training, I actually did what I said I was going to do. I started off with a bunch of backwards walking around the car park. I'm not sure how many rounds, but I went until I felt the soreness creeping in. Then after I was done with that, I did some Tai Chi. First, some standing meditation and basics. And then I did a little bit of Tai Chi walking. It was really hard to keep my balance, especially on the right side. But putting even like a finger or 3 on the fence next to me helped a lot. I didn't really put any weight on the fence, so maybe it's just a mind-body thing or psychological. I'm not really sure. Next, I did a little bit of stretching because I was feeling kind of tight. And this is tricky to do because I can't lock my legs, especially my right knee won't lock in place. So I can't straighten it out completely, which is a bit of a challenge. But I was able to bend my knees a little bit with some support and try and sink my hips down which felt pretty good actually to get as far as I did. And then finally I attempted to go through the 24 yang form. It wasn't pretty, but it was a good test to see how the movements felt and which ones were easier or harder. Of course, the right side was definitely harder to do. Anything balancing on the right leg was challenging. By the end, I was pretty wiped out, but overall, I think I did pretty well. It was especially hard because the sun is really strong, and I was wearing a black t-shirt, so it was a total heat sink. But overall, pretty happy with how things went. I hope you're having a great weekend. Tomorrow, I plan to do more strength training stuff since it's been a couple days since I did that, and my muscles are starting to not be as sore as they were, especially my calves. They get really sore, and I think it's because they atrophied for so long and they became so weak that any strength building on those muscles is a real challenge for me. So I'm gonna work on that, and hopefully you will see me back at this tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Good morning, everyone. Actually, good afternoon. I'm walking backwards down the street, and I'm going to try and go a little bit further than I normally do. There's like a Hawaiian place not far from here, and I've been wanting to check it out, so I thought it'd be a good experiment to see if I could walk over there and do some of my PT on the way. Ooh, that was intense. Start walking forward and my hip flexors are just screaming. I never would have thought walking backwards would make your hip flexors so sore. I can see the stoplight down there where the thing is. I think I can make it. This isn't much further than when I was going to the Mercado in Guadelajara, so I can do this. All right, I found a spot in the shade. Let's do a little bit of PT stuff. Building up a sweat already. So far, I haven't had to use my cane at all, but I have it here just for safety, but no need. All right, I am almost there, but I'm gonna do one more set of these.
3, 2, 1, go!
Go. What a bummer, it's closed. Oh, it feels good to sit down. I'm gonna see what else is around here, because I haven't eaten yet today, and it's 3:30 p.m. So I should probably get some food in me. Okay, I think I'm gonna go to La Merced, and I'm gonna go over there and see if I can get something to drink or eat. I made the mistake of sitting down for too long at that restaurant. Now my legs are really tight and sore. I think I have one more set of PT to do on the way there. I think this walking will actually help. So here we go, walking back home. squat I've done in months, like half a year. Almost home. Tight in my hip flexors. I'm glad I did that. It felt good to get in some walking, to at least prove to myself I could walk up there. All right, 2 houses away, and here we go. I realize that to a lot of people, walking a mile isn't really a big accomplishment, but considering that I was on crutches just a month or so ago, and I was bedridden for a good portion of last year, this is huge progress for me. And even though it's a long way from where I need to be in order to be ready for any sort of Wushu or Tai Chi practice on a regular basis, I think I'm getting there. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know why, but my legs feel really good today. I don't know why. I can walk way better than I could before. So I'm gonna do some, my throat's a little scratchy though. I'm gonna focus on the Tai Chi stuff and see how that goes. First I'll do a little bit of backward walking, not a ton, but I'll do a little bit.
I don't know why, but that went really well. Pretty happy with that. Right leg's definitely getting stronger. It's still weak, still not very stable, but it's getting better. I was able to do some mabu, 45 seconds, then 30 seconds. And after that, I was wiped. Pretty happy with that. All right, I guess that's it for today. Hopefully, you'll see me tomorrow. Bye. I am wiped out. I might be coming down with something. I can't tell, but my energy is 0 right now. I was gonna go and do some Tai Chi and stuff, but maybe I used up all my energy yesterday or something. Now, you know what? I'm gonna do something. I gotta do at least just something. I'll go out there and do a little bit of Tai Chi. That's better than nothing. I just need to do something. Look at all this cat hair on my shirt. It's the same shirt I was wearing last night when I was exercising. Milo likes to lie on me while I'm sleeping. Right, Milo? There he is, eating. So yeah, okay, a little bit of Tai Chi. That's what I'm gonna do. Gotta do something.
Good morning from Phoenix International Airport. I am once again on a trip. I fly a lot. So this time I'm going to San Francisco. I'm going to help out my mom for 10 days, and then I'll be back here in Phoenix after that. It'll be a good challenge because I haven't had to do this daily training regiment from San Francisco yet. So this will be a new challenge to see if I can actually make it the whole 10 days. And it will be interesting because I have access now to a health club that my sister is a member of, and she was able to get me access to it. And so I'm going to go there, see if I can get in some workout while I'm there. And I think it may give me an opportunity at least to try something different, because I haven't been going to gyms since I started this year. So it'll be a good experiment. And also because my schedule's a bit different there, and I am working during the day. My mom has people helping her during the day, but I need to stay there in the evenings. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes, what my schedule will be like. It'll take a little planning and logistics, but I think it'll be doable. I have about half an hour before my plane boards, and then I will be on my way. So let's hit it.
flight crew and Southwest Airlines are going to San Francisco. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened, seat backs and tray tables in the full upright and locked position. Your carry items stowed. The captain parks the aircraft at the gate. And turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. Clear one only because you get up about the cabin.
And before I knew it, I was in San Francisco at the airport. I did have a little bit of time while I was waiting for my sister to pick me up to do some step downs. So I just did a few of those, and then when she picked me up, we took off.
This is a challenge because I'm going up a hill, and walking backwards on a flat is one level of challenge, but walking up an incline is so much harder. 2 more cars. I'll go 2 more cars. I'll get past this silver one right there. The second tree. I'll go to the second tree. So I made it to San Francisco, as you can see, and I'm heading out to do some work on my legs. I'm gonna go out and do some work, and I'll be back in the evening. There we go. On my legs.
When I got back to my mom's place, I had a little bit of time, so I went down to the main hall area and did some PT work. I did my tibialis raises. I did the straight leg calf raises. I did my knees over toes calf raises, knee raises, and that was it. Did a little bit of PT, but it was a traveling day, so pretty happy. Thanks for watching.
Good morning. Backward walking. I'm going to that lime scooter way up there. Today, I'm headed to the Bay Club, which is over near the Embarcadero, close to the waterfront. I'm gonna go there, do a little bit of work. Then I will also try and work out while I'm there. And I think I'm meeting up with Linda, my sister, for a little bit as well. That's the plan. Hard. 2 sets down, 1 more set to go. See how I do. Coit Tower in the background. It's a really nice club up here. Outdoor space. Done with today's training. Back with walking earlier. I just did my strength training stuff. Whew, it's really nice out here. I think that's it. I'm gonna go home, back to my mom's place, get some dinner, take a shower, do some work, go to bed. Hope you're all doing well. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Hopefully, you'll see me tomorrow. Bye. Hello. Good morning. Oh, my legs are really sore today from yesterday's training. I can feel it in my knees. I'm only going right here to the slime scooter, but I'm gonna walk backwards to get there. Today, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have a bunch of work, so I'm going to a co-working space. And then we'll kind of see what happens. It's a little gloomy today. Look at the sky, it's very gray. But we're gonna see how it goes. I think probably a lot of people are wondering, you were using a cane to barely walk. How are you on a Lime scooter? I can stand just fine. I just can't walk very well. But that's just standing the whole time. So it's pretty easy to ride. Not a problem to ride a Lime scooter. And here I am. So I'm gonna get to the co-working space, do some work, and hopefully I can get a little bit of training done today, but we'll see. Your guess is as good as mine. So see you soon. And here I am at the co-working space.
So as you can see, not too much going on today, but I was able to get in some good Tai Chi practice, which is a foreshadowing for tomorrow. But more on that when you hopefully see me there. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. It is beautiful today. Nice weather. I am heading out to go to the East Bay to visit some friends, some Wushu friends who you may be familiar with. It's a long ride. It's going to take like 2 hours to get there. So, on our way. And of course, trying to do some backwards walking while I can. My foot's a little sore today. My right foot. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe this will help. I'm going to that Lime scooter up there. Nice thing about San Francisco is they got hills. Really good for backward walking. Here I am in beautiful Berkeley, California, and I had a little bit of time to grab a coffee drink, so that's what I'm doing. But I'm going to catch a lift, and then I'm going to head up the hill to where we're going. Hey.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. Almost where I'm going. I had them drop me off a little bit down the hill so I could backwards walk up the hill. And let's see where I am ending up.
So if you've been around for a little while, you probably recognize this as the home of my original Wushu teacher, Hao Zhi Hua, or Patty Lee. This is where she has her Tai Chi and Wushu classes on the weekend. And I didn't get the footage of me surprising her because she didn't know I was coming, but she was very surprised. I joined in on the Tai Chi class and I did as much as I could. We started off with warm-ups and things like that. And it got challenging with some of the things required right leg mobility, but I did what I could and tried to make do with what I had. thing I spent a lot of time on in this class was the golden rooster pose, specifically on the left leg, and trying to just figure out balancing and how to move my body the right way. I also spent a lot of time on Tai Chi walking and trying to figure out exactly which parts were weak with my right leg and when I needed cane versus when I didn't, and actually made some pretty good progress and figured some things out, so I'm happy about that. But it really burned my legs, and I realized that this is actually the first standing Tai Chi class that I've done since July. Chen Tai Chi in Ecuador was in the park, and I was sitting on a bench the whole time because I was still on crutches back then. So that doesn't really count as a full Tai Chi class, but this was the first time. And I just happened to be there when the Wushu class with the kids was going on, and it was hard not to do anything. So I held a mabu for a minute, which was challenging because my legs were already burnt out from Tai Chi. Oh, that looks painful. And then I did straight sword. They were working on some straight sword form choreo, and so I was like, you know what, I haven't done straight sword in 20 years. Why don't I pick one up and learn this choreo? So that's what I did, and it was a lot of fun. I am so sorry for my straight sword friends out there for this horrendous straight sword basics. But it's been a while. But anyway, it was a lot of fun being there and hanging out with all the Wushu friends and Hao Zhi Hua again. And before long, it was time to head back over to San Francisco. I won't be able to go back again this trip, but maybe in future San Francisco trips I can get back over there if I have some time available on a Saturday. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching, and I really appreciate everyone's support. Can't believe it's been over 3 weeks of doing this. I just hope I can keep it going. So here's to another couple days worth of videos so I can at least get to the end of the month. And hopefully you guys will see me tomorrow. I don't know why, but for some reason, my leg feels pretty good today. It's probably all that Tai Chi, and I tried to get as much sleep as I could. So I think that helped. But yeah, I'm walking with no cane. It's not like perfect walking, but it's way less gimpy than before. You know, why don't I show you what it looks like? So, yeah, it looks like normal walking. I can tell that my ankle is really tender. Knee is really tender as well, but to the outside observer, it looks like I'm just walking normally, right? Which is crazy. I couldn't do this before. So I'm happy about that. And I can go up and down okay. Bizarre. I don't understand my body at all. But maybe it's all that Tai Chi and some of the Mabu and just moving around so much yesterday. I was so sore last night when I got back. Like I could barely walk anywhere. And it is really tender and it hurts right now, but I can walk. So I'm gonna sit down for a little bit and rest. Today, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, if I'm gonna do anything, because yesterday was so intense. I guess we'll see how it goes. No promises either way. Gonna do what I can. Let's have a seat. Well, I stand corrected. I sat down for like half an hour and now I'm really stiff again. You can see I'm limping. So it was short-lived. Probably like usual, when I sit down and then I get up, I'm stiff. And then if I walk around a little bit, it will get better. But yeah, I can feel it in my right ankle. Whew. I'm rotating my foot. So I wasn't going to do anything today, but after 25 days, it's really hard for me not to. So I'm going to stick my phone over here and then practice my Tai Chi walking. And let's see how it goes.
Realize that's the wrong side. I should do it so that I have support on my right side. Yeah, that was challenging, but I was able to do it pretty stably. I think my stability is improving. My stability on my right leg is definitely getting better. It still hurts. There's still twinges. There's inflammation in there, scar tissue. It's not pretty, but it's getting better. I think if I just keep this up, it'll keep improving. That's all I'm gonna do today. I feel like was a good day to just kind of rest. A little blood flow to the legs is not bad, but yeah, today is a rest day. And then tomorrow I'll get back to it. Until then, hopefully you will see me tomorrow. Bye. Hello. It's cold, so I have my face covered. I'm walking backwards. I'm not going this way, I'm going the other way. I wasn't feeling very good today, so I figured, well, if I'm gonna do anything, walking backwards has been the one best thing that I've done so far in this whole journey. Something about it really helps rehab the knees and the ankles and the feet, and I would think it's the main contributor to the progress I've had. So if nothing else, each day I'm gonna do some backward walking. I'm gonna see how far I can get. Last time I only got to wherever that tree was on this hill. I'm gonna see if I can get further up this time, and then we'll try to see if I can get further up the next time. So here we go. I think this is about how far I got last time, if I recall. At least I got the same distance. Oh man, it is burning. This is not easy. Keep going. Oh my God, I think I might actually make it to the top of the hill. Okay, that's the top. Came all the way from down there. And I am right where this green fence starts. Oh my gosh, calves and hip flexors are burning, and like I feel my Achilles are warm. I would say that this is probably an indication of the areas that are getting worked. Hip flexors, really important. Achilles and calves, super important, obviously. And the fact that you're pushing through your toes and your feet, I think is really beneficial. So I'm gonna rest a second and then go back down the hill where I'm actually going. And I'm gonna try and do some Tai Chi walking later too, because I think that's also really helpful for that stabilizing muscle stuff. So see how that goes. I'm also discovering that walking slowly down an incline is also really good for your legs. It's that VMO muscle in the knee, that I guess in your quad, that helps support your knee. That gets worked when you walk slowly down a hill. It's basically like the Paula Quinn or Patrick step downs or the Peterson step downs, but just on an incline. So the slower you walk down a hill, I just had an idea. What about Tai Chi walking on inclines? Oh, that's a good idea. I might try that next time around. Yeah, I'm gonna stick that into my workout at some point. Ah, that's interesting. Has anyone done that? Have you guys done that? Tai Chi walking on inclines? Especially doing it forward down an incline. Oh, just had a big brainstorm there. But yeah, I can feel this working. And my steps are actually really stable. take a look.
Keep it going, no queda igual.
So surprisingly stable stepping as I go down this incline. I could not have done this even a week ago. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Progress is fun. So let's keep going. So I'm doing my backward walking. It's cold right now. You can see it's really overcast. It was sunny earlier. So I'm out at this random park in the middle of San Francisco somewhere. I was working close to here. And so I decided to just come here and do my exercises. And hopefully I warm up quick because it is really cold. Cane not in use. Let's do this. In case you're wondering, I'm going around the whole length of this field or this court area. So it's basically 2 basketball courts square. Ooh, that is intense. I did 1.5 times around. All right, let's do some training stuff. One thing's for sure, I am getting stronger because
because the wind sound is just so loud, I'm just going to tell you what I'm talking about here. Basically, I'm just talking about how strong I was feeling because I was able to do single leg calf raises, not all at once, but just being able to do that at all was amazing. Couldn't have done that before. Or the tibialis raises were actually feeling stronger, and I think it's because I had taken a break since last week at the Bay Club when I was doing the strength training, and since then I think it has just been a couple days and my body's recuperated, and just over the course of the month I think the strength training has been helping. So that's kind of what I'm talking about here. It's really windy, hard to hear. I didn't want you to have to listen to all that wind, but that's basically what I talked about. Oh wait, here's a part where I introduce you to the space.
it's really nice. There's a big field right here. There's courts over here. There's courts over there. There's like a gym and a community hall down there, recreation center. Nice little community park. I was gonna try my Tai Chi walking down an incline, but this is the one flat part of San Francisco, apparently. Maybe when I get back to my mom's, I'll use that hill to try that out and see how it goes. I need to rest my legs anyway. But yeah, time to go. Let's see if I can get that Tai Chi walking on an incline done. Actually, I realized I haven't eaten yet today, and it's like 3:30 p.m. So I think I'm gonna get something to eat, and then I'll go do that. Yeah, I'm low on battery, so let's see how this goes.
One thing I didn't mention is that I did get something to eat, and then afterwards I had to walk another 2 blocks up a hill, so I just did that backward walking up the hill, and then I grabbed a Lime bike, which you can see in the background there on the left. But then here I am doing the Tai Chi walking down a hill, and it was not easy. I will speed it up here. It is not easy, especially putting that front foot down. Right when you do that, the back knee is like, hey, what's going on? Why is this further than it normally is? It's not easy at all. But before I totally sign off, I just want to say today is 28 days, 4 weeks exactly since I started this daily thing. And I just have to say thank you so much for your support and for keeping me accountable. It really has been pretty amazing, to be honest. But just thank you so much.
That is hard. Y'all got to try that. It's interesting.
And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.
More backwards walking. You guys are getting sick of me doing this every single day. Just non-stop backwards walking. I'm going back up to the Lime scooter that I used yesterday to get here. It's smart that I parked way up at the top. You can't see it, but there's people in there doing some Qigong and Tai Chi. Can you see that? I joined them one time, but basically they just do an hour of Baduanjin, and at the time it wasn't really my thing, so I didn't join. Someone's coming out. Oh, holy crap. Okay, I'm at the scooter. Oh, it looks like there's somebody sliced it, so it's just soaked up with rain last night. Yeah, if I sit on this.
And then I spend a few minutes talking about the wet seat, which isn't interesting, so let's fast forward to the evening.
It is evening. I'm about to go to bed, but I got to edit this video first. But I thought I would say that I was able to get in some workout. I'm actually really intense Mabu. I did a minute, and then I did 45 seconds, and then I did another minute with only like a minute break between them. My legs were screaming at the end of that. I'm surprised my knees held up as long as they did. And then I thought, you know what? I'm really tired of my Tai Chi heel kick being so freaking low. So I thought I got to work on my hip flexor holding strength. So I did high knee holds, both sides, about a minute, a couple sets of that. That was really hard too. Like I could only hold it up for like 45 seconds towards the end of that. It's interesting because if I try and point my toe in the way it's supposed to, like to not get the deduction, my calf starts to shake. It's kind of funny. If I just, hold my foot out, then it's a little easier. But that was really good. I was able to get all that done. I did a little bit of stretching in there too. But overall, I was able to get in some strength training today, Wushu specific strength training. It is getting close to the end of the month, and I have some ideas about how I'm going to change things up in February. So you can look forward to seeing that, I guess, on your Monday. I'm almost done here in San Francisco too. I will be heading back on Saturday. One of the reasons I wasn't able to get as much stuff done is because I had to come back here early. I had to be back to my mom's at 1:30. We had a meeting with someone at 2 o'clock that lasted until almost 4 o'clock, and by then it was time to like prepare dinner and do all these other things for her. Just now she's heading to bed, and I'm about to go to bed too. So while I was cooking and she was lying down and resting, I was able to do that Mabu and high stance training. So that was good. Tomorrow I really want to go to a park and do some Tai Chi. Maybe try and do a little bit of Chen silk reeling. My Chen is really rusty. I can't remember most of the 18 anymore either. Or even the 36 or 32 that I used to do back in the day. Try and remember the 18, maybe I'll just do the first few movements over and over. It is challenging to do Chen Tai Chi because of the, like how you kind of push your heel out and stuff. My stances aren't that low. That's it. Hope everyone is doing well. Thanks so much for watching. I have some things I want to do tomorrow, like I said, but hopefully it happens and hopefully you see me then. So, thanks.
I'm waiting for a lift. The place I'm going to go work today is a little further away, so I'm getting a ride over there. I'm just having a low energy morning. I just kind of feeling out of it for some reason.
是从中国来的吗？
对，
中国什么地方？
河北。
河北。我去过了。在美国多久了
？3年多了。
3年多。习惯了吗？ 还可以，还可以。
After the nice ride by the gentleman in the lift, I spent the rest of the time working at this coffee shop before I had to leave right around 4 o'clock.
It is 4 p.m. I gotta be back by 5. I got limited time to do Tai Chi. Well, got some time. Gonna work on some Tai Chi basics, and it's chilly. More minutes. Do some form work, I think. I need to watch some videos. I don't remember that form at all. It's funny, I wonder how many people in this building are watching me right now. I'm just down here doing Tai Chi. Yeah, the beginning of the 18, I don't have it down yet. My brain, I'm confusing too much, two different forms. So I just need to watch some videos and figure that out. But you know, it's good to practice. I went through the intro like 5 times or so. And I did the 24, which was good. And a bunch of basics and some walking. My knee is kind of twingy today and my left foot's hurting a bit. But I did train. And doing a little bit of something's better than doing nothing, as I often say. Tomorrow's Friday, and that's my last full day here. Saturday, I fly back to Phoenix. I have some work meetings I have to go out for, and then I'm going to try and do some, I think tomorrow I'll do the strength training stuff. And then on my flight day, there is some martial arts related things going on that day, so I may have some things to share with that. Otherwise, I think that's it for today. I have to go make dinner for my mom and then call it a night. So that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Again, I can't believe it's been 4 weeks of this, almost the end of the whole month. So thank you so much for your support. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Bye. All right, here we go. More backward walking. What? Every day. Even though I don't necessarily record it every day, I do a little bit of backward walking every day. Ooh, scooter. This is getting easier. Like a week and a half ago when I first tried to do this up the hill, it was way harder. This is getting better. I will probably not do too much more than this today because I have to get to bed early. I have to get up at like 4:30, get to the airport for a 7-something flight. So it's going to be a short evening. But if I can do something, maybe some stances or something, I will. But we'll see. Maybe to the green fence. That is hard. Okay, back down the hill. It is 5:30 in the morning and I'm waiting for my ride to the airport. Maybe one last time, just for old time's sake. And let's do a little backward walking up the hill. I won't go the whole way up because my car's on the way. It's a good warm up. Today my right hand, actually yesterday too, this finger is just swollen, this knuckle. This flare up ever since August, this hand has been having issues. So it's not a new thing, but it is painful at times. This is the fist I can make right now. Not fun. Okay, that's good. Oh, my calves. A third of the way up. Oh, by the way, Jay was wondering how steep this grade is. So as an example, I now have this at the horizontal because I can use a little thingy on the phone. So this is the grade. Whatever angle this is at is the angle of this hill. Actually, it's a little steeper at the top, but you get the idea. This is the angle, whatever that is. As usual, I am way early for my flight. It doesn't board for about an hour, so nice. And I am on the plane.
After a pleasant flight, I made my way through the airport and met up with Ruhi near baggage claim before we grabbed a lift to World Martial Arts, Li Junheng's school in Phoenix, Arizona. It just so happened that they were having a 2-day Chinese New Year celebration. So let's take a look at the posted schedule here. The day before, they had a New Year celebration performance, and then today in the morning, they held a Tai Chi competition, and in the afternoon was a series of workshops on different topics. We made it there just as the medal ceremony for the Tai Chi competition was happening. I was really happy to see Sifu Kenny Perez, who I haven't seen in close to 2 decades. They were taking a break before the first workshop for lunch, so we walked to a nearby restaurant for a couple tacos. And when we got back, Li Junheng was just starting teaching a duelian set with 3 section staffs. After that was a Wing Chun workshop where participants learned some self-defense basics. It reminded me of the 3 weeks of Wing Chun I took back in Hawaii.
And now just very lightly do circles. Circles. Very light.
And then Yang Pan arrived to teach a workshop on Sanda techniques. I've seen him at competitions, but never met him, and while we didn't chat, I actually learned quite a bit just from observing his session. Finally, Dusty taught a workshop on adjusting Taolu forms for competition and performance. Her session was great too, and it reminded me of Brandon's workshop for Junhong's YouTube channel in dynamics and rhythm and wushu forms. It was really good stuff.
That's what's gonna make me stand out from the other guy. We do a standard routine like this one, right?
Aside from my backwards walking in the morning, I didn't do too much physical training today, but I definitely did a lot of mental training, and sometimes that's just as important. Plus, it was awesome to see all those athletes and practitioners so passionate about their training. I found it really inspirational. And I had a great time chatting with Master Li and reconnecting after I hadn't seen him in over 20 years. And honestly, I was just surprised he even remembered who I was. So this marks the end of January's videos. I have some plans in store for February, but I'll get into that tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll see me next month. Thanks for watching. And there you have it, the full month of January. And since this video is already over 2 hours long, Let me just summarize things as succinctly as I can. First, I am just really happy that I was even able to keep this up at all. Even with all the travels and challenges along the way, I've never really been the best at consistency, and this is at least some validation of myself that I can be consistent. And second, I am really grateful and appreciative of everyone who provided even a little bit of support along the way. Even just random likes on Instagram or friendly comments or support even online or offline, it really meant a lot to me. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of that. I really do appreciate it. And third and finally, I am just really happy with all the progress that I made. And I think the habit of walking backwards, which I've actually known about for like 5 years, but I just never really implemented before. But doing it consistently was really, I think, what got me off the crutches and even off the cane now. Yes, I am still in some pain and discomfort and I have inflammation, but things are improving and I'm just really super happy about the progress. So, what is going to happen now that we are out of January and going into February? Well, I am changing things up a little bit, but a lot of things are staying the same. The first thing is I'm changing from vertical videos because, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of those. I prefer horizontal videos. I was experimenting a bit, I guess, but I think I'm going to go back to horizontal. Second, I'm going to start addressing one of the things I really need to focus on, and that is nutrition and food. And it's not like I eat really unhealthy, but I don't eat as healthy as I should. But specifically in February, I'm going to just start documenting everything I'm eating. Every food, every bite, every meal, every snack that I eat will go on Instagram, will go on the videos. And it's really not about making changes right now. It's just about recognizing what's actually going in my mouth, documenting and tracking it, because you can't fix what you don't track, what you don't measure, right? And third and the final thing for February is that I'm going to start doing a specific schedule of training. In January, it was very kind of ad hoc. I just kind of did what I felt like I could do that day, and I'll still do that. I still have my daily requirements, backwards walking, a couple other things, but on the other side of my training, my PT rehab, Wushu training, Tai Chi training, I have a few things I'm going to be working on regularly on those. It'll be a little less loosey-goosey and a little more specific focus. So if you'd like to follow along with all that, be sure to go over to my Instagram, Wushu Adventures, same name as this channel, and check it out. It'll be great to have you there. If not, no worries. I still plan to post up the monthly summary here on this channel. Either way, I really appreciate you making it to the end of this extremely long video, like amazingly long. It's funny because on a day-to-day basis, it feels like, well, I'm just posting up a couple minutes, but it adds up over 31 days. Anyway, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's beautiful here in Mesa, Arizona. I hope you're all doing wonderful. Hope you're training hard and have a great February. Jayo.